Hello, hello. All right, things seem to be working. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Uh, Today I decided to just do some drawing, just for fun, in Photoshop. Just some stuff and things. Um, so yeah, today's been a interesting day. My kitty Dawn just got spayed, so she's recovering. Ashley's watching her in another room right now. She seems to be doing well right now. She's a little rambunctious despite just having some surgery, but yeah, it's been a nice day today though for sure. Uh, doing some art, playing some video games, things like that. I'm gonna try to do some art streams like this on Fridays when I can. I'm still figuring out my general schedule and everything, but the current plan is to do some art stuff on Fridays after my work and everything, and maybe do some video game stuffs on Saturday. Video game stuffs, but yeah. So that's kind of the general plan for that. But for now, let's just relax, do some drawing, things like that. So fun things for sure. And I have no clue I'm really drawing it. I mean, I kind of have some idea, but we'll see where it goes. But how's everyone's day today? Hope it's been a nice Friday, end of the weekend, end of the week, not end of the weekend, end of the week. So weekend starting for everyone, which is really nice. Yeah, just fun things, fun stuff and things. Yes, yes. Someone's being a little graceful here. I start with like kind of under paintings and then go from there in the general figure shape. Does end up being a figure. We'll see where it goes into. But yeah, and I don't necessarily plan to finish all the pieces in one session unless I do. I mean, I'm a fairly fast drawer, so we'll see how it goes. Just something, you know, relax, something relaxing, something. Well, not the art piece itself. My art tends to be a bit more on the macabre side, but relaxing to draw rather than drawing relaxing things. But yes, we'll see if it ends up being human. Probably not. Let's see here. Let's see how big actually make this figure in the scene. Again, doing that quite human feet. On its tippy toes or something. Singing to the stars or singing to something. Or gracefully looking up at something. We'll see. Smiley face. Hello, how's it going? Looks kind of like Kermit the Frog. A little variant there. We'll change that soon, but. So, like I said before, a lot of my art tends to be more on the macabre side. So, dark horror kind of stuff and things. So this might be a little monster. We'll see. A graceful, poetic monster, but I always like researching different mythologies, different things like that to get inspiration from. But one thing's been on my mind is, which might be what this turns out to be, to get like what do you call it, like Losakia Solomon demons and things like that. There's some interesting monsters there. Kind of bird-like, so maybe doing some of the demons are based off animals and whatnot. There's like a crow, Malphas, which is a demon. He's a president of hell or things like that. And but he's also like a right-hand man of the devil and things like. I keep saying things like that, but you know, an interesting character. So this might be a poetic crow monster for that. Maybe something human that's turned kind of crow-shaped. I like a lot of lore for my own kind of art stuff, kind of inspired by other mythos and things like that. So kind of running from that. But yes. Give them little feathers and things soon too. I'm just kind of doing a general shape right now. But yes. Next time I do this stream, I'm gonna look up some music I actually play in the background. I'm still very new to Twitch, and I didn't want to like last second like find some music I learned later that I can't really use. So we'll figure that out as I do more streaming and things. A lot of this stuff will also be up on YouTube as well. So I'm gonna try to post more often on my YouTube channel and do more streams. Maybe, just fun things to do, especially during this whole pandemic and everything. I'm still okay in sense of doing work and stuff during the weekdays. So it's a nice time of life to start doing other things as well, though, for me. Um, Recently, I graduated from grad school. I proposed to my fiance, and we live together now. And we have 2 cats, and I have a nice job. She has a nice job, and things are really nice despite everything happening right now. So one thing that's nice with my job is I have a lot of spare time after work. So it's always nice to do other passion projects and things, which includes doing like things like this, streaming games and art and doing videos of them and whatnot, but also doing my own art projects, like digital art like this, or writing books or making video games, things like that. So we'll add more details to that. But that's still don't know what I do with the face yet. We'll figure something out. Do something roughly like shape like that. But maybe we'll figure it out. Maybe give it a little bit of a bigger head than that, but we'll see. Make it just kind of reminiscent of a bird shape, but not exactly. Like a human that's no transforming into something that's trying to be a shape of a bird. he says so softly. We gotta find light source. Thinking he's looking up here, so shadows are probably on this side. Just to add, God rays down looking at him, or quite the opposite of God in that scenario. Some light rays. They're called God rays because, heavenly light shining down. That's in a lot of art and things like that. Just use them in video game stuff. Anything that you use to put attention to, bring attention to something. Oops. Maybe I should give him a bit more of a crow feet kind of look. That way I get to his feet. I still have to figure out like what general categories I should put things on. Right now I think I have this on just talking or just chatting. Art and chat is also a creative part on Twitch as well, but I wasn't sure where to put things yet, so figuring that out. So we'll see in the future. Still trying out new ideas and whatnot, and how things work. I spend most of my time with social media stuff on YouTube than watching Twitch stuff, but I do watch Twitch stuff occasionally, like other streamers, like speedrunners, things like that. So that's always fun. But yeah. It's also fun watching, I think I saw a Silent Hill 2 speedrun not too long ago. That was interesting. It's interesting seeing horror games, just people running through them without any of the intensity and things like that. It's pretty funny. That's ruining the atmosphere, but it's still kind of fun. Showing your limits with the game, seeing what you can do with it. It's always fun seeing games break. Probably one of the best live streams, or one of the best. He's also a live stream, but one of the best speedruns I've seen was a Super Mario 64 one. It's just like 5 minutes going through my childhood. It's like, oh, that's fascinating. But yeah, there's also some interesting creepypastas of Super Mario 64 that are coming out lately, which I find really interesting. The whole every copy of Mario 64 is personalized to the to the player. People have different memories of it and things like that. And whole like Wario apparition and stuff. I always think it's funny. It's also kind of timely too because they had the whole leak with the with Mario 64 with all its code and stuff. So you found Luigi. L is real is confirmed. There's some lot of interesting things there too, along with other things being leaked too. So unfortunate that happened to Nintendo. It also cool to look through for an avid fan of Nintendo, for sure. We might put a shirt over him, we'll see. But I kind of like the ribcage stuff. I might put a cape over him or something, just to give him some clothes. Some feathery cape, maybe. Let's see what we do here. Sounds good. It's looking a little scrawny. Might make him a bit more, what's the word? impeding or threatening. We'll figure out these body shapes soon. Drawing his belly. Or her belly. Probably his belly. Their belly. We'll figure it out. It's got kind of like little hop to him almost. He's got some crows. There's some really crows are a very intelligent animal. When I was younger, there was a nature center near me that they had a one-winged crow, very intelligent. Some people don't know this, but crows can actually talk and mimic, kind of like parrots. And he was a flightless crow. Like he had damage in one of his wings, so he couldn't fly. So some things he would say is, "I want to fly," and "Mama." It was really really cute and sad. But very very smart. There's a lot of like math tests you can give crows, and they'll be able to pass it, which is really interesting. In the wild, they're trying to get water from like a thin or like a thin tube like structure or anything like that. Like they need to get water from a place where they can't reach with their beak, and there's water like on the bottom. So like for example, you have like a vase that's the top's too small for their head to go through. They'll learn to put stones into the water to increase the water level up so they can actually get to the water and drink it. So very very smart animals. They're also very goofy. I love them. Crows are really cool, and ravens too. Ravens are really big, very big animals. But yes, if I need to move his knee up a little higher, we'll figure that out. Yeah, crows are pretty cool. Get some meat on his bones right here, his calf muscles. Ashley sent me a picture of her and Dawn just laying on the ground together. We got her whole set up for her recovery, so we had this giant, like, kennel-sized cage just in her closet, and we're just like petting her, opening cage for us to like have her there and everything. She's a very very sweet kitty. We have two cats, Blaze and Dawn. One's Blaze, a big orange kitty. We both got them this year. They're both still kitties. very very young kittens. But we got Dawn a little later. But Blaze is like a high personality cat, very social, very silly kitty. We got Dawn. He's an orange tabby, and Dawn is a tortoiseshell. And she, when I first got her, she was very shy kitty. Um, so the first like few days we got her, I slept in the closet with her just so she get used to people and everything, hold her, pet her, and she just came out of her shell, and it's been really really sweet. But yeah, she got spayed today, so she's recovered from surgery. I feel bad about that, but I'm glad the surgery went very well and everything. So she is good. She is content. She has a cone of shame, but very very cute kitty. But yeah, it's big enough for a Great Dane. Huge cage that we basically are sitting in with her right now. But yeah. And Blaze is, running around, being like, oh, okay. My birthday was recently. I turned 25, and uh, actually got a bunch of balloons from me on the wall, which is really fun because you can't really do much during these times for birthdays other than virtual stuff. So it was nice we could see that. But we popped a lot of balloons just to get them out of the house and everything. And we left like two balloons that are just 25 for the year, for my age. And Blaze loves balloons, which is fascinating for a cat. You usually think he'd be terrified of them, but he particularly loves to pop them. So those are gone now. Yeah, he's a little stinker. He's a silly kitty. Both of them are precious. I love him. Love him so much. It's so nice having cats. But yes. At my parents' home, we also have two dogs. Very, very sweet dogs named Foxy and Wolfsy. Uh, so dogs answer. They're actually their full names are Foxglove and Wolfsbane because they're dogs named after flowers named after dogs. So we call them Foxy and Wolfsy. And we started that trend with other cats I had in my childhood: Tiger Lily, Dandelion, and Catnip. Yes, we had a cat named Catnip. Very sweet kitty as well. Also an orange tabby. Um, Tiger Lily was a pure white cat, and Dandy was a gray cat, or I think a Russian blue. But yeah, always loved animals. Animals are very cool, and obviously, big inspiration for various art and whatnot that I work on. But most of my stuff's more monstrous than anything, but you always base monsters off of different animals and other living things for sure. But yeah, just kind of fun, neat things. I'm gonna move this knee a little higher, I think. It's kind of interesting. It might need to get higher though. He has really long thighs, short calves. I should move those up, or just make them really long-legged. Let's see here. What should we do with that? Let's try moving the knees up first. I need to kind of cut that in a few pieces. Maybe adjust from there. Maybe need that a little bit more. Yeah, I still want to bring this individual one higher, maybe. This is a smidge. Still. That okay, nice. Let's see here. He's got to use his own hands to figure out where the thumbs and everything goes. Towards him. I give him like long, spindly hands, kind of like crow's feet kind of thing. Also should look up references next to me and stuff. Maybe not with the little bulges at the end. Make him bony. I'm not liking how that looks. Figure out shape. Let's look up crow's feet. What do those look like? I'm getting the not actual crow's feet, not the eye wrinkles. So no, birds of prey, they have 3 claws in front, 1 in the back, and then other birds have 2 and 1. I think crows actually have 3, which is interesting. You know, there is a term carrion where they well, no, they don't just eat the dead. Are they omnivorous? I think they're omnivorous. What do crows eat? Don't look at all these things. They're omnivorous. Seeds, grains, eggs, and carrions are dead food. Like that means like, you know, dead animals, things recently killed, roadkill, things like that. They eat some small mammals and amphibians. Eggs is interesting. Fruit, non-insect arthropods, mollusks, worms, and even other birds. That's terrifying. Crows are cool. Let's look at their feet. Is it 2 or 3 in the front? What do ravens have? I wonder if they have a different amount. I think it's 3. I'm gonna keep researching stuff. That looks like 3 to me. So 3 in the front, 1 in the back. I mean, like, we're still gonna do 4 because he's supposed to be originally human, this guy that we're making. Kind of like the demons inside him and transforming him kind of look. So we have some like human remains is kind of struggling to morph into it. This is a really big hand. Yeah, maybe we'll make it smaller. Might be scary really big though. So make it big, just not like kind of like it where it's thin. Still give him a wrist. Still higher up. No. Oops, that's too big of a eraser. Good, good, good. this side. We'll make this dynamic in the bed. It's just kind of rough hand position right now. This one's actually kind of looking a little better. It's already half shaded at least. Yeah, let's be like that. Let's go a little better. A little cast shadow. Throw his hand onto his face. We're gonna change the shape of his face too. We'll add more lighting stuff, obviously. I'm just doing kind of a general, like, where would the shadows be kind of thing right now. It's still very much under painting stuff and whatnot. I don't want to do a little details yet with that. We'll add stuff to his elbow soon. Knees looking a little high now. Lots of adjustment in art. But yeah. I actually took today off from work to help figure out Dawn's surgery and everything. So it's nice having a day off as well. Did some of my own other art. Might show that stuff on here later, we'll see. And also, just watch some other people play games and whatnot. So that's been fun. Speaking of demons and whatnot, the new Lucifer season just came out, and Ash and I really enjoyed watching that series. We saw like half the first episode before I started streaming. We ordered some Chinese food, recooked everything so that nothing contaminated could be on it, all that stuff. It's sense that we do that with all the food we get in. Just being extra safe as we can in these trying times and whatnot. But yeah, let's work on his face a little bit. Let's see, what do you want to look like? I want to look maybe not as much as a Kermit the Frog here. We're gonna save this. Let's see if we have something right now. Kind of want to look like he has a human face that's been like protruding, like a skull's being pushed forward almost or something. If that makes sense. That sounds gruesome, but you know what I mean. Like the thing inside him's trying to make a beak out of a human skull kind of thing. So let's look at people profile. Profiles inside view. Not like Facebook profiles. I'm not getting Facebook profiles. Always nice to have references. Always to reference with your art. It's always a good thing. Look at human anatomy, even for things that aren't quite human. Let's see here. Yeah, let's remove the mouth and everything right now. It's kind of the general shape I want at the end, but like, yeah, get him a jawline. I'm trying to think it should be like upper lip, lower lip, or like nose. Yeah, like upper lip and nose going forward and stuff, like the human jaw underneath. Like that. A little bit of a nose. The eye being kind of stretched here. A little incision for the beak. Give him a human ear. Just give him something a little terrifying. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Very, very, lots of protruding gums right here. Make it like a, you know those SCP Foundation stuff? There's that one based off the, it's like a, how to describe it? There's like a dead, it looks like a almost alligator decomposing or something, or big dog, or some kind of animal like that decomposing, and people turn that into like this big SCP monster. SCP is like a collaborative art piece where people write different designs for monsters that are like locked away in this like Area 51 kind of style place. It's cool. It's really cool stuff. But one of the famous ones has like a skull kind of coming out of a rotting head kind of thing, which is interesting. But it's just kind of thought here. Also, I'm getting just kind of images of. Has anyone ever played like Ao Oni, which is like it's a small RPG maker indie game, really old game, really funny, or scary for a lot of people. I think a lot of old YouTubers let's played it like a long time ago. But big purple demons. Ao Oni means purple troll, or purple Oni. Oni is like troll or demon in Japanese. So purple demon or purple troll. They're like these scary little, or big. They look kind of like a Attack on Titan Titans a little bit, in the sense of like how they move and stuff. Just kind of creepy. It's interesting. Alright, let's start adding some light source stuff, and then some coloration. Do a little bit of a creep smile. There's some interesting textures here, maybe too. It goes a little curved, like crow beaks. I look at a crow beak. Yeah, they got a little of a dip at the end for eating those frogs and stuff, apparently. Let's bring back the shading on the head just a tinge, because I'm going to have a darker background in a minute. Just get more of a shape of his head right now. Kind of not sure bird shape of that actually. Maybe just that. Roughly. They always say never start the eyes, but I was like starting the eyes and stuff. We'll see if I actually do that or not. But I do that. Kind of a psychotic eye popping out kind of look. Maybe have the white almost have a yellowish to it. Crow's eyes are usually kind of brownish. I know one thing is cool with the crows that they always have that bioluminescent, bioluminous. What's the term? The same thing you see like oil, where almost you have like rainbow bluish colors like reflect off their feathers. Something really pretty. It'd be nice to maybe play around with that. Still have a kind of a macabre look. Something like beautiful and terrifying almost. Ah! Give you some of the iris, like a deep evil red, because that's common with demons and whatnot. Go ahead, pixel art at this point. That's okay. Cheekbone used to be like probably here. You have kind of that bone was melting forward kind of structure. Crows have that kind of scowl, brow bone kind of structure right there. Have a lot of like almost pulling skin here. He says in a relaxing tone. He had like a something intimidating for his hair, something fun for his hair. I'll figure that out. Whatever feels right when I get to there. Kind of like his ear. I know his ear is a little low, but almost looks like things are just kind of getting mismatched almost. So I kind of like that. I know Crow's ears are just holes in the head, but I think it's kind of interesting leaving with a human ear. A bunch of dark. Above that, below that. Almost like a. You see, like inside a bone marrow has almost those like in-webbed kind of look. Maybe something like that throughout it. Like the bone's like melting, coming back together in the shape. Maybe give it a bit of a jaw. What's left of that human part? Be later here, anyways. Not jaw, chin. Let's try some chin. Fun fact. Apparently in anatomy, this part's not the jaw. This is the jaw. This is the mandible. They're two separate things because the jaw, the mandible means like the part that chews, and the jaw is the teeth biting down. So, nowadays I think it's just upper jaw, lower jaw. That's considered correct, but originally, or still considered by most people that study anatomy, uh, this part is the jaw, and then this is the mandible. So we're working the mandible. You call it lower jaw too. It doesn't really matter, but just some fun terminology information there. Let's see here. What was it? That. Should I give a little point to his ear, maybe? Like an elf? Maybe not. We'll see. Let's get his ear shape a little better. Always look at references, otherwise things look not correct. Yeah. The search history of both artists and authors is always a little sketchy at times. Like, I always think of like with authors, always look up like how to create poison and things like that for their like stories or whatnot. It's like, I'm gonna get an FBI list, but I always think it's kind of funny. That's what incognito mode is for. No, it still goes right to the government. They know what you look up. That's fine. I'm just an artist. Mm. Kind of a little gremlin ear there. It's a little too highlighted right now, but. And it won't be cell shaded like this at the end. As I even voice cell shaded, but like it won't be like as simplistically shaded as this. It's just to get an understanding of where the lights and shadows will be on this guy. I should add another layer with like white stuff that would store the eye there. This little nose bulge I'm gonna nostril. Poor man. And his nose. I kind of want to have a dark background to work off with his face. So I'm just gonna add a dark red. Yeah. I would bring out some more white and yellow bits right here. Start with pure white. Might make it a bit more gummy color in a bit. You don't see all my tools, but like when you see me kind of like color here sometimes or whatever, and there's something showing up, that's me picking colors and different tools. It just doesn't show up in the stream. So I'm not just randomly like doing this over here. Like actually, I have a thing here where I'm picking different tools and whatnot. But yeah. And over here too. Anywhere that doesn't actually produce colors white, and I put my cursor over it. I'm just hitting tools. Let's see here. Let's switching color dodge. This one's kind of gray. Color dodge is still past difference. Now it's still kind of grayish coming out, but not all of it. So we're using a color dodge layer. You don't need to go Photoshop. That's just like a layer where, you know, it dodges the color, so it keeps all the shading underneath and whatnot. We're obviously going to work better on the shading in a moment. I'm just trying to get some color there so we can start adding on to that. Art doesn't necessarily have all the workflow that's like perfect and whatnot. That's why I kind of jump around wherever feels the best. At least for art like this, for like things like 3D modeling, obviously you need a good workflow. And like still having workflow for this is always nice. Then obviously, I start with the general shape of where I want to draw and whatnot, and then go from there and everything. But yeah. He's looking at something. He's looking like something, that's for sure. Looks like he's cacawing or whatever the noise for curlies. Give some more head view formation. It's almost silly, but let's see here. Let's give him. I'll look up human gums. Again, all the weird things artists look up. Oh, those are beautiful photos. Beautiful photos. Okay. Yeah, I guess we should have like rows of teeth here. How like human teeth just like in the front that kind of get pulled down. That sounds disgusting. Yeah, a little bit. Oh. Ashley sent me an image of Dawn sleeping now. She's getting tired. In an hour. Is it an hour? Let's see here. It's 9 o'clock here now. I know on Central Time. In an hour, I have to go help give her medicine. So I might take a short break in an hour. But yeah. We'll play around with the shape of this in a bit. There's dentures in there. Little protrusions. Leave some of the bone in there. Oops. Let's see here. Okay, there's a little buck teeth here. Yeah, I'm not matching them with the gums because I realized they'd be a little smaller. We'll make do. got a little gaps here. It was looking a little asymmetric. Start adding the incisions of these here. Three. Scary, scary. The yellow teeth. Yellow, kind of shiny teeth. Oh, yeah, this on the back leg there. You don't go all the way back. Get some pull on these teeth a little bit. That's when that wonderful white in his pearls. It's a look. It's definitely a look. So add some more transparent shading there. So just generally where your shadows will be, and change the opacity just a smidge. Maybe not that much there. Just needs to be like think he needs like cracking on the jaw part here a little bit. It's fun little. Maybe the highlights much cracked. Let's see here. What can I do? Kind of want to make him. He's looking more. Well, he looks intimidating, but he does look a little goofy to me. I might need to make him a bit more of a serious kind of threat. Let's get more shooting numbers, and then we'll start kind of adding little other parts to him. Let's see here. We're adding more of a curl color to his skin right here. Yeah, the nose is kind of silly rather than anything. I might just kind of lop the nose off. It's really more crow-like then. It's that little fleshy bits where it would be. I might even remove the iris part. Make him kind of more a zombie look. We'll see. We'll see right with the eye. He's kind of becoming his nose now. Or something, I don't know. kind of that pole look we're going up here. Yeah, let's try something with the color. Kind of a xenomorph dark gray kind of thing. Let's see if this works. And leave this part. Kind of stark. Those eyes. It's something. But you're more alien-esque, which I'm okay with. Then add some of the face. Yeah, that's pretty looking. Kind of that wrinkle on the lips, kind of like you see the little folds in your lips. I have very full lips. Use that for reference pretty easily. Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely interesting looking. Usually shows a bit more blue. And then we got like little red highlights around his eyes just to show that. Ooh, it's so red. Kind of blue white backlit. Sometimes you do purple. It's very cobalt blue. Back here as well. Yeah, it's here. Oh, it's gonna have it. They have a proportion. Oh, not the right tool. I was supposed to get a bit fuzzier than that. A little past here just a bit. That's then around the eyes. Let's have a yeah, that's pretty nice. My alarm was going off for a second there. I don't know, I have a 9:25 p.m. alarm, but that's funny. That's a bit too thick. I was kind of want to put the nose back in just a smidge, just to show like, oh, he was human, but he does have the human-esque ear. Put some yellow in the ear too. Just in the front. Just check. Rainbows. Color in a grade beam. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, let's try to less humanize his eyes, I guess. That would be good, just like add something weird. Then that background kind of highlights that red. Let's kind of finish there. Don't like that last highlight. I thought it was cool. I just expecting it to be a bit more monstrous. Cool. The beak needs to be sharper. Do that intimidation factor a bit more. This is looking kind of goofy in the rough drawing part. Maybe even just it's interesting. Kind of want to show more of his bone, that kind of breaking through the skin almost. Really got some darker spots here. Some tryptophobia, I think it's called, kind of aesthetics. These little hides of the right bone coming through center. Let's do that too. So that made it black. I just think too. Oh, that's interesting. I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. I don't know how far I should really move that, but it's kind of cool looking. Dying out. Blood. Make that a little darker. Oh, that's creepy looking. Almost with like other eyes. You give him a second eye. I don't know why. I always like drawing monsters with like extra little eyeball things. Might be a little interesting. I like if there's any like numbers related to Malphas. Usually, I like adding like numerology stuff to my art. I should probably save. Let's see here. Sorry, most of this recording is me kind of mumbling to myself, but he's turning out interesting. Malphas, Wikipedia. There's also enemy in Castlevania. Fascinating. Let's see here. Oh, he's able to create towers and things like that. Second command. It's weird because it says he's second command of the devil, but he's also a president of Helm, which, from my understanding of the hierarchy of how that works, the president's actually one of the lower ranks. It's basically like a baron kind of thing. So you have like kings, princes, dukes, counts, and then presidents. I think I did that right. A couple of those might have been flipped a little bit, but president is actually the lowest rank of the hierarchy of the monarchy and whatever. So still, high-ranking demon, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. And obviously, the idea of this creature is like he's the possessed thing of it. I was gonna kind of add the connection of the actual monster behind, kind of thing. Which would be kind of cool. Yeah, he's turning out to be interesting. Interesting. Let's see here. Always like adding numerology stuff to things. I don't like these usually have like different legions of demons and whatnot. With 40 legions of demons under his command. Sorry, a mighty great president. Okay, interesting. He also carries looks like a gardening tool. He has trousers. That's kind of funny. He's just a crow with normal hands and then wings. So that's fun. Now it looks almost like empty space here. I might change the shape of the head, add little quills or something. Because I got like a cloak. I don't make him look too much like a plague doctor, but obviously there would be some inspiration. That's also like a bird, looks kind of like a crow. Interesting, give him like a little like hood or something in the back of his head. That'd be kind of cool. Let's draw something out for that. Someone shows weird ear. Maybe look a little goofy too. We'll see. Finally make it look cool. It's interesting. It's getting a shape of something, you know. Almost has like a gorilla kind of crest going on. Oh, let's see. What does like a fuzzy crow look like? I wonder how they don't have crests like other birds, obviously, but they get like floofy. Like cats get bigger with their fur when they're scared and whatnot. Yeah, they got kind of a. It's like a. Well, I got kind of a ridge in the eyebrow ridge, but their head's pretty round, so maybe still keep this round. But something about the bigger head makes it look more intimidating. It looks kind of silly with a shrunken skull. I wanted to kind of get the pulled look to like. I don't know. It's still. I think it's still kind of makes that look. What if we still have the head shaped like this? We could turn this into like a feathery hair kind of thing. Kind of a quill almost look. We see like going like dinosaur-esque. Which dinosaurs are birds. In case you didn't know. And they had feathers. Just like birds. Let's see, it was 9:37 my time. Don't want to give it a mohawk per se either. His brow might be too defined. We'll see. Kind of his eye like that though. Maybe like a third. Smaller, maybe not that small. Kind of got a 4 numerology. You know, 40 is his number with the legions, but work with like 4s and 40s kind of thing with him. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 4, 4. We can work with that. Let me kind of take this a little bit more. Do this a little bit. Blue lit wrinkles. Yellow and blue are very complementary to each other. They're only one off from like true complementary colors of orange and blue. So what you see in a lot of films. Fun fact. I always liked red and blue and yellow and blue together too. Those offshoots of the pure complementary colors. It's nice thing. It's hard to think with all complementary colors. Some of them do feel a little clashy or think too much of like red and green are complementary colors, hence Mario and Luigi. But I was thinking Christmas when I see it. So Mario and Luigi, I always think, oh, Christmas, even though they're Italian plumbers, which I guess, I don't know. I don't think there's any Christmas special related to Mario and Luigi. Maybe there is. Maybe in the old Super Mario Super Show or whatever. He's looking kind of freaky. I don't like the shape of his jaw currently. I feel like it's a little. Looks like he's kind of like a pufferfish almost. I kind of want to angle that out, make that more. Not necessarily attractive. That's not the right word, but you know, like the shape of the bone and the jawline rather than the whatever this is. Maybe I could do that very hard. Whoop. Do that kind of thing. Blur this out. Give a little example here. We'll start shooting that in a bit. I think because his jaw goes out so far, but it's supposed to look kind of pulled. You can probably bring it in like that. You know? How about give him some attractive jawline? Well, he's more attractive than the bulge he had. It's really interesting for sure. Come on, correct mouse. I'm not sure. Start shading those too. I like the shape of that one. Let me fix that. Give it a little bit of a deeper red. Oh, he's interesting. It's turning out fascinating, that's for sure. Maybe, shape there. He needs some shading between the gum and bone right there. I know it kind of suggests the gum is underneath the bone here, but I think it's fine. It's interesting. He's got some crazy hair now. Maybe we'll add a crown with him as well with that. We'll see. But let's see here. Interesting. Fluff. Not super kept hair. We definitely want to add some of the red hair. I'll use the highlights of that. Kind of bring it back here. Make a bit more right there. Because now we have more white eyes. And the rest of it, all the bluish and purple tones. Purple goes with black. Oh, it also have like white shine. As all art hair must have. Yeah, that's a purple tones. I feel like ink has more of that purple tinge to it for sure, which I kind of like the idea of combining kind of that ink luminescence to the crow luminescence. They're pretty similar. I like that crow color. The colors do show up the most. Crows are black. Thank you. Not what I was looking for. It's like a bluish purple. Yeah, lots of purples. Some yellows too. Hey, kind of colors I'm picking. Except for the red, but like red has that, the demon kind of aspect to it around the eyes, so that makes sense. We also see purple highlights. Then for oil, not license, I don't want oil license. Luminescence. Oh, it's got a lot of colors, but definitely like yellows, purples, blues, kind of look what I'm doing too. So it's interesting. It's kind of I like that connection between making that connection between crows and oil. I had more like oil kind of aspects to it too, make him liquefy, like drips down his body and whatnot, maybe even down his lips and stuff. I could do that. That should not be too much of a problem. Bring back some yellow for the highlight here. The highlight right That'll be here too, so I'm going to have white over that. I know it's a little scribbly looking, I guess, but it's interesting. He has crazy hair, you know? A little weird. I'll put a little filter over this just to blend that out a little bit, because I know he's got some fascinating hair, for sure. Yeah, I might add a little filter over this just to blend it a little bit more, I guess. Let's see here, what can we do with that? So the key with using filters is to make sure it doesn't look like your standard Photoshop filter. So let's keep it. Filter. Let's see, what can we use? Maybe not that. That could work. Nah. Interesting. Like that. Kind of blurs them together a little bit. And then has that little kind of glowiness to it. I'm going to reduce the colors of his hair, so it's still obviously black. Black hair, I mean. Maybe we'll still make it dark. And then just have kind of a that kind of effect. Yeah, I like that. Maybe do something similar with his face. Add like a more of a brightness than reduce back. So obviously it's like light's hitting his face. We'll keep here, make this brighter, then pull back. That sounds fine. Let's see here. Brightness contrast. Even brighter. Overexposed. That's fine. Then kind of like, whoa, that's a lot though. That, and then add one more full, even closer to that. Yeah, I feel like he needs that. Maybe. Yeah, I think that works. Look at him. He's so pretty. He's so pretty. All right. Let's see here. It is almost 10 o'clock, so I actually might take a little bit of a break because I need to give my kitten her medicine. So, yeah, there's a starting up here, going down. It's looking kind of fun. um, yeah, I'll be right back, and then I'll just get back to this. So, 2 seconds. Hello, hello. Okay, welcome back. Just gave my kitty her medicine, talked to Ashley, and got a fortune cookie because we had Chinese food earlier. Let's see what it says. What is our fortune? It is, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Okay. I have no comment on that one. That's nice. Let me just set things up over here. Eat some of my fortune cookie. Check things over here. All right, very cool. Hope everyone's doing fantastic tonight. And we're going to keep working on Malphas, or Malphas Demon, or whatever he is. We'll figure it out. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess we'll start working down on his chest. Might give him like a shell, or whatever it's called, toga. I don't know what they're called, but you know, some kind of fabric that goes down like this. Whatever the term for that would be. Or even just be shirtless, we'll figure it out. Just gotta smooth out some of this, still keep the shape that we have. I'll go back to phase 2. We want to edit more of the face, but kind of want to start adding more detail to the other parts too. Just make sure everything has, you know, same consistency and whatnot. Okay, let's start. Doing the collarbone. Let's see. Yeah, it's like a kind of bird-like, kind of flappy neck piece. Make it a bit more wrinkly. Wrinkles are always fun. I think they're called crops. Birds have something called a crop, which is a organ between their esophagus and stomach. I actually know a little bit about this because I guess my parents' bird, he's a cockatiel named Pinecrest. He's a very old bird, and a few years ago he had to have surgery because he had crop stone, which is like a buildup of material in that organ. So he had to get that surgically removed as a very old bird, and he was totally fine. I was like, wow, like how old is he? I don't remember the exact age, but their lifespan's usually like I think 18 to 20 years old or whatever, and he's beyond that. I think like 16 to 18. I believe he might be in his 20s now. He's an old bird. I got to double check what his actual age is. He's a very very old bird. Very very sweet bird. But yeah, he's funny. But yeah, we call him Piecrest because he was originally meant for my great grandmother. Uh, was my great grandmother, and she named him Piecrest. So we call him Krusty. He looks like a Pikachu. He's actually a very vibrant cockatiel, even for a cockatiel. Like not a lot of gray, mostly like bright yellow with the bright red cheeks, all that stuff. But yeah, sings little tunes. Very smart bird. Very old bird. Very healthy bird. Give him little Pikachu cheeks. Just kidding. I feel like his chest would be like that. Or maybe like that would be the shape. That bit. Maybe have less of a defined break of his chest there. A little bit, but not maybe that much. Yeah, it's interesting. It's where we highlight it too, since the sun is partially at it. He'll get shadow from his arm though. I'm always gonna tell myself where the light source is. Yeah, that's interesting. Some people have that kind of armpit muscle here. Almost bulges out. Let's kind of go that with the shape of armpit here. Just I always had a thing with making monsters. They always have an eye in the crevice of their chest. Their what's it called? Right between your stomach and your chest bone, your sternum, like just underneath your sternum. I don't know if that's I forgot the term for that, but I always have like an eye like right there. extra like monstrous spirits or demons kind of thing. We'll add that with him too. I think it'll fit. I feel like these hairs are too thick. Gotta break that up more. Oh, that's one is too small. Let's do 6. Is that hair black? No, it's not. That's why it's okay. Just break this up a little bit more. Maybe bring his neck a little bit too. Like, his feathers. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, I went all the way. Actually, I turned this way, so we play both sides. Make it spread like all the way to his back, kind of thing. That'd be interesting. I'm gonna add little highlights to this side too. Then these guys. Something kind of weird. These wouldn't be that lit up though, so we're gonna bring down the opacity. Oh, that's for all of it, isn't it? Oops. Okay. Well, we'll just do that. That's fine. A little more expression if you have in. That's fine. Still get that idea of like this feather, the hair kind of going down his neck just a little bit. How do I want his clothes? Maybe I want him to have a shirt. It's pretty monstrous. He's also in a shirt, but he's also a great president, you know, so presidents should wear clothes. Does he go with like the Emperor's New Clothes kind of thing? Emperor's New Groove. Actually, that's what the term Emperor's New Groove comes from, is Emperor's New Clothes, which is an old story about an emperor and these trickster, what are they called? Like weavers, clothes makers, tricking everyone into like these grand cloth that, if you're a fool, will be invisible to the naked eye, and tricks everyone, and including the emperor who walks around naked, then thinking he's wearing these grand clothes, thinking everyone sees his wonderful clothes, and everyone thinks, oh, I'm a fool, but I'm not going to tell anyone that I see the emperor naked, kind of thing. That's funny. But Emperor's New Clothes. Also, the song Panic from Panic at the Disco. That band. They have a song called that, based off the same myth. Mythology's one. Stories like that are fun. It's interesting. I particularly like stories with monsters. I guess we're working his arm now. So, maybe a bit too bright there. That's good. We will tone it down a smidge. Maybe give him like Maleficent has kind of like feathers in her outfit, like it's the modern day Maleficent. Maybe use that for a little bit of reference setting. Or Bayonetta too, with the hair closed kind of thing that she has going on. I also don't want to cover this, and I kind of want to have most of this chest though. So still trying to figure out how I want to, what I want to draw for that. Making them a bit more, I guess, androgynous in a way. But demons aren't necessarily to have a masculine, feminine kind of form, so I think it can work. Maybe like something happening here. We'll bring this part down. Just try to draw a clothing shape. Make it all feathery. Would that be shaped like that? Probably. Maybe even like that. I don't know what this is going to be. I don't know. I don't know. Let's look up some reference. I know I'm not showing the references that I'm working on, but I just don't know if there'll be any trademark issues per se showing a bunch of other people's art. But then again, people watch like different YouTube channels for their streams, so maybe not. I just want to see the feathers in Maleficent. They're kind of crow-like, also dragon-like. It turns like a crow phoenix dragon thing. Oh, very pretty. It's like a Bayonetta. I think Bayonetta has a kind of similar thing. Maybe Lady Gaga has something too, I don't know. Okay. Let's look up feather clothes. Let's see here. Those are feathery clothes, that's for sure. I kind of, at least has only like feathers going up like this. But like, you know, it's a dress, so it's up here. I can use that kind of for reference. I'll look up crow clothes. Maybe I'll just get crows with wearing. Yep, crows wearing clothes. Not quite what I was going for. Let's look at the feathery clothes. I think that's a good reference. Oh, where'd it go? It's real. Yeah, okay. This one looks interesting. Details about the visual gothic punk rock feathered blouse? Okay, cool. there's something. Yeah, it might be interesting just to kind of, you know, that kind of thing happening. And obviously I'll differentiate between the shadow and the bit. I just think in general shapes. Art is basically making a bunch of shapes until it turns to something. Until it makes an illusion of something. Like, oh, there it is. It's like looking at clouds. While you're drawing them. because the metaphor would be very literal if you start drawing clouds. But drawing art's like drawing clouds. That makes a lot of sense. Let's bring this as wide as this. That'd be interesting. That way you get like almost a shoulder thing. That'd be kind of cool. That's interesting. Maybe we need to make it more dramatic even. It's like, I am the president of hell. I guess I have like little like black veins and goo and all that stuff going from here too. Get that oil kind of symbolism I was talking about before. The asymmetry. Let's see here. So the ram have rib bones? Probably not. I think it's about 10 technically. We count the mini ones too. Which is interesting. Remember, like if you talk about like symbolism with like numbers and whatnot, humans have a lot of 5s and 10s in them. 2s, 5s, 10s usually, which is interesting. Obviously, not totally symmetric, but that symmetry definitely helps with that. You know, like 10 fingers, 10 toes, which are always like the tertiary kind of limbs, you know, or secondary. Yeah, because primary would be like your forelimbs. 5 you count the tail, quote unquote, um, or the head. You want to count that as a limb, I guess, but usually I would think a tail. Um, they got the 5 extensions with the phalanges, they're called. Then for a lot of 2s, 2 ears, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, etc., etc., etc. All the symmetrical parts. But yeah, that's interesting. That's cool. Just seeing like all that stuff and what they can represent in art. Yeah, his mill is gonna be red. I don't not necessarily like all like demon monster things would be red. You know, like red's always a big evil color. Like I don't know, like you see things like the 7 deadly sins. Red's usually wrath. Um, like pride's purple kind of thing and things like that. So different colors with different meanings. I just kind of associate. I think because as you describe with Malphas as like the right hand man of the devil, like that we wrath. So a bit more of the red kind of tones for that coloration is what my mindset at least says. Malphas doesn't really have any official colorations, but you associate with the devil with red, I think he would definitely be a bit more of a red highlighted demon, just for that sense. And that makes any sense in general. But could just be talking on my butt too with art, but these are just kind of the ideas I'm having, ways, nothing else. His true evil eye. You know, and even this is their evil, but maybe a little bit. I don't know. That was all about building towers and stuff, apparently. So that's kind of cool. Good for him. Maybe add a little bit of the yellow. That's behind this. Maybe kind of interesting. Maybe not. Maybe a little tone down. I don't know. Get those highlights. Oop, you should be on top. Shadowy shading, not shaving. Shadowy shading. No. He got feathers. He molts, not shaves. Or sheds. I don't know. Shadowy shedding? I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Let's see here. We don't have those for reasons. Just some various monstrous aesthetics to him. Maybe it'll give him like short shorts. We'll see what we do with the leg design down there. But yeah. But yeah, I said this before, but next time I'm gonna try to find some music I could actually legally play on Twitch and whatnot. So have something more nice and calming background as I try to horrific monsters. Yes. Still figure out life, scheduling, all that stuff as to how I want to work with this website. But yeah, I kind of like that. Striking shadow. I want to add a little bit of shadow to his mouth right here, just to cast that, but we'll figure it out. That's much better. Texture to it and whatnot. I feel like this arm's not big enough. I'm gonna stretch out his little elbow piece here. Match that. We'll match those up. Maybe some rippling pectoral muscles. He rolls out his kind of bands. You probably turn this into kind of a gross, what's it called? Trypophobic kind of shapes in here. There you go. Yeah, that's very interesting. Wonder, let's do some kind of filter with this part just to see what I can come up with. Let's see here. That's weird. That's, I don't know, maybe we do that and then that kind of look. That's kind of interesting. Then add more detail for both that. Let's add more of the feather color part down here. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Let's kind of carry that light. Well, light where just like carry it underneath his arm here. And we have a bit of shadow here. Cast out here. So kind of both happening, a little bit of underlay. Shadows and lights everywhere. Let's see. Hold on, actually. Yeah, gonna let's play some video games tomorrow. I guess my idea is like on Saturdays just go through a bunch of games and then slowly upload them on YouTube. And yeah, I'm trying my best to actually a good schedule for this stuff because it's really fun doing let's play stuff as well and things like that and content creation or whatever the kids call it these days. That's what my YouTubers call it and stuff and Twitch. But yes. Add some yellow bits to the light up here, so like we do on the face. I'm not a big fan of this light. I know it's supposed to be kind of cast shadowy, but maybe it's not as how poor it is. Yeah, this is kind of like blending more. It's kind of for this here. Let's show that we kind of like that. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm we're gonna add more color to his chest now. It needs color. It needs those yellows. And those purples. Two blues. Yeah, that was tense all that, but I got the idea. And the red from the red eye underneath as well. Maybe more yellow in this thing. Yellow. All the colors. Obviously, the coloration on him is very saturated, but that's kind of idea when you saturate like crow feathers and oils, you get these kind of crazy colors. So this is a saturated crow. I might do like a red backlit on these end feathers here. Let's see what I do with that. For now, that should be very yellow because it's like right there. We'll have that God ray later when I have more background things around him. Yeah, more of the shadows now. Right here. So that a little brightness here. We have that like really light spot, but maybe a less opaque white right next to it. Okay, goes up here. That's got a weird email in 2 seconds. Okay, that's nice. It is so nice to be the weekend right now. I'm enjoying it. It is almost 11 o'clock here now, so around midnight for Eastern Time. I'm going on this game for about 3 hours. I might do if I decide not to stay up all night. However, it's hard to stop when you start art like this. Before I do my video game streams tomorrow, I might stream a little bit more of this, or I might just, you know, do it next week. We'll see. But I don't know, I kind of like how he's turning out. Got kind of the raw carry going on. It's kind of funny. With the yellow, it should also have like a blue light. Go and add some muscle necrosis. Oh no! His arm! Passes the eraser pass. Can't erase without that. This should all be darker. Quite light. This should technically kind of fade into that instead. It's being kind of weird. That's fine. Okay, that's something. Should do the other one too. Let me. I don't want to add a little bit of the red. What's the word? Like, not silhouette, but the background highlight. I forgot what the term is. You guys know. Rim light. Rim light. That's the term. A little bit of red rim light back here. I'm gonna bring this another layer. It's better. It gets spooky. Get crazy. There we go. That's fun looking. Still don't know what to do with his legs, so I gotta figure that out. Let's do his arm. The shadow will be kind of in front here, and in the back as well. Might have a little bit of red backlit, just kind of hitting there to a smidge. A lot more. Well, I want to do like elbow feathers or something. Dun, 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 dun. That's a lot of yellow. That yellow is too spread out. It should just be kind of there. Maybe a little bit here. And then the white. And then his little rotting bits. I've kind of a different style of making the rotting bits for each little part of him. Just to, add some variety. Wrist there, the part where you draw on. something lighter than that. So we'll go down there. That's good. Let's kind of erase the parts there a bit. Okay. It's something. Alright, let's add some black goo dripping from his mouth, because that just feels like something should happen. Maybe it's a little smaller, so it'll be more scraggly. Scraggly, right word for that? Maybe not. You know what I mean. Let's see here. May have it only like reflect red or something. No, I would reflect up colors, but maybe that would show for sure. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Something's happening with the guy that I think's turning out pretty well. Let's see here. Oh, I goes add the oops. Goes add the kind of black veiny kind of stuff too. Just a little bit thinner. Maybe not that thin. Oh, maybe. It's really later stuff. Just a little details. Alright, let's do it bigger. No one's gonna see that. Yeah, he's interesting. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to filter his whole body and then kind of pull back from there just to see what that looks like. Ooh, that's intense. Don't like the details disappearing. Do like the that's too much. But the little overlay I think is fine. Maybe erase the parts around his eye or eyes. Right here too. Add texture everything else though. Also, because we haven't really got his feet yet. We don't need feet. Yeah. That's looking pretty okay. Let's add more of a shine to that red eye. That menacing red eye in the middle of his chest. You know, just kind of that red hue you get. Just do that around his eyes here. Maybe a little less so on that part. I'm just kind of tone that part down. I also want to add like red, like particles kind of emitting from this. Like this is like spelling with like evil magic or something. Outside his body. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So I don't know what I want to do with his legs. I like his other upper body though. It's turned out pretty neat. I don't like this bump here. I'm gonna fix that by erasing it, then drawing a white highlight where I want to. Oh, should probably fix the opacity of the eraser. There we go. Put this there. Okay. I'm making this. Definitely has that crow vibe, but not like exactly like you know, like I was trying to explain before. Yes. Let's see here. More wrinkle to brush eyes. Hand right here. Some highlights as well. Okay. It's turning out pretty cool. I might, it's been doing this for about 3 hours, so I might hit the hay soon. Well, it's only 11 o'clock here, but like, you know what I mean. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Still kind of deciding. Do I want to stay up late? I mean, it is only 11 o'clock. So I could keep going if people don't mind. Maybe another hour. Right at midnight my time. I think that might be a good time. And get him done, and then maybe next week or tomorrow morning. Maybe next week. I would make this two-part for doing art every Friday night. Maybe next week, then do more of his background then. So I might do something with his legs. Even if it's just covering him up with like a cloak or something. Or dress, I guess, kind of thing. He definitely has a personality to him, that's for sure. Look at that. Look at that beautiful face. So beautiful. I feel like his jawline might need some highlight. I don't know why I felt that, but just kind of feel like that yet. Some light hitting it. Yeah. I'd say so. Move some bits and pieces like that. I think is a little sharper. Evil beak of evil crow man. Maybe kind of add more of that highlight to the red right here. Let's not make it lumpy though. Try down its head. Yeah, I'm gonna turn out to a dress. Oh, there's a good dress part down here for him. Yeah, like a little broken part for it. We'll see. Still keep that kind of feathery look down here. Cover up his legs. And maybe the other side is here. Kind of continue that little look. Yeah, that's interesting. I think interesting is the right word for that. I'm just thinking a little bit of that. Oh, that's right. Oops. Like this. Interesting looking guy. Interesting looking monster. Alright. Yeah. I like that. I always want to make these bigger. Make them more and more larger than life. You know? I don't even know what I'm doing. Whoops. That doesn't even look good. Just trying to get some kind of idea. Is that where I even want him in this thing? Maybe not dead center. Golden ratio and all of that. And bring him. Like there. Then have all those monster things kind of come from there. Might be interesting. Kind of a basic background starting off. It won't be just red, just doing that because of that kind of stuff. Also, that's not going to be that bad either. So. Let's blur this actually. Filter. Blur. Gaussian blur. Even more. Yeah, or something. Then go to the front too. I kind of want, not just red though, I want kind of a yellow too, so yeah. Yeah, that's pretty. Let's do that, then another one that's bright like that, then much smaller. Everywhere, all of that. I like that color. Let's duplicate it. Bring this down. This was thin out. The rest be dark. Also, might want to bring us higher where this eye, where his actual eye is. Just hide his feet instead of drawing them. Good idea. We'll still probably get some highlights of it, kind of thing, but this is how lighting is working in this currently. I want the lights to go up to his face more like that. Maybe up here too. Gotta do both. Gotta do this and then also one here. Out of the off to them. Just a mouse. Yeah. Then this light, to see how dark the shadow is, you want it almost black there like that. Because it's obviously, well, I guess not obviously, but it's blocking that lower light. And maybe helps almost like that cast shadow behind it. Also, he's casting that shadow behind it too. No, it's not totally, but like, yeah. Did I go less brush? Oop. Yeah. Maybe the head part a little fuzzier, but right there should be dark. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm liking that. Alright, we're gonna duplicate this guy. And then add another kind of shadow layer thing. So he's a silhouette. That's okay. Because light source, light source, light source, light source, light source. Light source when I actually shade that part. And then I want some of his chest too. Because I look at his chest. I also want his hair here still. Because I'm bringing it all back, but there's a reason. Just making the light pop out more essentially. Or needs to. Yeah, that looks good. And I'll texture the legs later. But he's looking pretty good. He's looking interesting. For sure. Let's see, here is 11:24. So I said I was going to end in an hour 24 minutes ago. So we'll keep going for a little while longer. I guess we should texture his legs. I know it sounds like I was kind of procrastinating that, but yeah, let's just do it. Shall we? So first things first is they're also kind of more hidden, so they're not going to matter as much. But nevertheless, they are still part of him. I don't know why I'm progressing the legs all things. Usually it's like the hands or something, but he has such gestural hands that like it's fun making, you know. Ooh. Okay. So let's try to put here. Get kind of a tiger stripe kind of wound pattern. Usually at least 3D models and stuff, you want to not have as much focus on the legs even, because big parts are like the face and hands. So I am still following that kind of mentality for this for sure. Or some people are just really fun for you to draw. That looks not yellow enough. I'll add some purples and blues down there too. There we go. Maybe we should add some kind of dark cat shadow stuff with his feathers too. It's kind of weird, you know. Oh yeah, I want to give him like elbow feathers. That's what I want to do. Well, kind of a quill thing, I guess, happening. That looks kind of weird. Let's have a better shape than that. Try to think. Pokemon have like weird elbow spikes sometimes, right? How do bats for their wings kind of do that with the fingers? I don't really want to do that because that extends from there. What kind of character has like feathers on their elbows? We can make them full on feathers, like just that kind of shape. Is that too weird? It's kind of distracting. I just add little prickles. You kind of curve them a little bit. It's interesting. Something that's kind of small. A little bit the red. Maybe a little bit of the shadow. We'll cast on that. Okay, that's something. Looks a little weird there, doesn't it? Oh, that's a brush. I don't know it. A bit more intimidating, right? Let's see here. I kind of want to do some cloud rendering stuff over this. Oof. Let's interesting, a little too what's the term? Not what I was thinking per se, but you can work with this. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Another layer under him. Bring it up. Shift it a layer bit. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Maybe add more of a right there. So I actually make a lot of progress with this. Almost tempted to just stay you later and finish it tonight, but that might not be a good idea. Yeah, I want to have kind of like demonic tendrils coming out of him. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. Do them red. I can darken them after for that. One command was here. It's kind of coming out of all his wounds and stuff. Like parasite kind of thing. Actually, just the red looks kind of cool too. We'll figure out how I want to do it. Come out of the eye. This road. Then add another duplicate, make it black. Then highlight. Give me that extra kind of nice coloration. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Also, to add a little yellow to his eye just to make that kind of pop a little bit more. There's a lot of red. Maybe just like red and yellow are nice together. Very fiery look. I wonder if we can like. We're gonna try something that might not look super great. Kind of a glow. Yeah, there's something. It's looking pretty cool. I kind of want more like folds in his dress part. What time is it? I've got 25 minutes for my fake schedule for myself. Doing kind of a basic dress fold shape. Let's see here. I know it's not as detailed with his dress, but just kind of adding the suggestion of folds and everything for it. Since it's not really a focal point, we kind of blur it out, you know? That's kind of my idea of it, at least. Still, they still do like the kind of blues and stuff. The feathers, the feathery parts of that dress. Let's see here. Some other colors. Add a little bit of texture of that with something. Sure, let's try this. Yeah, there's something. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's something. Kind of want to still have kind of a feathery look though. Or I can kind of fake a little bit of texture. Ooh, okay. A little of that in the yellow, closer to the light source. It's looking pretty. Yeah, that's not terrible. Yeah, that's not terrible. Not liking how the leg's looking now, though. It's looking too non-detailed, especially with the weird folds right there. Might kind of blur that out or something. Here, if I... Oop. Uh-oh. As I plugged my thing. So 2 seconds. Let me fix that. Is that good now? Yeah, it is. Okay, okay. I unplugged my webcam temporarily, so my apologies for that. Let me move this over here. Okay. This should be good. Okay. Yeah, everything's fine. Okay. Yeah, so what I might do is kind of blur out of focus essentially, so I'm going to duplicate and merge these layers here. And then let's do a blur, a Gaussian blur. Do that. Oh, it's so blurry now. Then we do something like that. Give it kind of glowy shine, and then erase the parts that are supposed to be in focus, which is the face, the chest. What's this? That's still these. Yeah, it's really just like I'm trying to get out of focus a little bit more. Oh yeah, also most of the fog I kind of likes crisper. It's really just like corner, but there's something. Maybe add another blur over his leg. If you don't like the leg, just hide it as much as you can. Essentially what I'm getting at. We'll come back to the leg maybe another time. But this was not vibing with that leg, that's for sure. That's interesting looking. Yeah, that way it's still there. Just let me fix some of the details now. More so. Oop, don't want to erase. Just gonna do that. There we go. What legs? What you talking about? All right. Yeah, I'm doing good time. Doing good time. That's looking like something. All right. Why add like a big demon possessing you in the background kind of thing? It's like in shadow, like eldritch, uncomprehensible entity kind of thing going on. Oh, I want to make those red, did I? probably, well, so I can fudge that a little bit. No, probably not. Well, let's see. Let's make them white. Can I? In other programs, you can kind of put colors over it. I'm not sure. Place color white with doesn't quite work. Okay. This is gonna look choppy. It's not even working. Yeah, it is. Okay. Ah, that didn't turn out terrible. That's preserver. Yeah, that works. Go ahead and do this. And there we go. And kind of bring it to evil darkness in the corner here. Which will cover tons of red tendrils. Are these even drawing? Oh, maybe the wrong layer. Oops. Oops. Went oops. Save. I'm not sure why I'm doing this creature per se, but we're gonna look right. The true form Malphas. kind of idea I'm going with. Attaching this buddy over here. Kind of want it. Yeah, it's almost like a, what's that one famous art piece where like the god touches Adam with the fingers. It's kind of like that, almost, only with this demon and this individual. It's kind of the idea. Even bigger. I kind of like the idea of this having a little bit of shadow, because this is the focal point one, right? So I'm not sure when it necessarily exists in this red dimension that this guy is in. I think it, nah, that works, you know. Blur it. Yeah, that works. Maybe add more, maybe another cloud layer to cover these just a little bit. Filter, render, cloud. Fix that right away, because that's an atrocious mess. Yeah, hold on. Ooh. That is darker. Just a little bit. Don't mind me, 90% of this stream is just me looking down, mumbling to myself, but, you know, it's fun. Making some cool art and what to not. I just want to, like, swirl this in a little bit. Oh man, it looks so good. just kind of darken that up. Not with that. Not that one. This one. This is part of the stream where I start just saying random words. So, a big part of the, because kind of my idea is to have some of this creature stuff and some of my like stories and things like that. Like a lot of it's based off of different mythos and whatnot. So I have like a demon, like spirit kind of demon concept that I've drawn before. Kind of want to put like little blurry versions of them, but look kind of like almost squid-like. They originally appeared in my nightmares, so they've always been a big inspiration ever since. They look kind of like that, you know. To have some of those kind of floating around. Whoop. Let's see. Take about 4 minutes of my stream I wanted to do, but I'm probably going to go over time a bit. Oh, keep grabbing the wrong thing. Maybe have him a little over here, a little darker. And this guy kind of. And not super detailed versions of them, just kind of a echo of them almost kind of swimming around in this world. It's kind of surrounding him, spinning around him. Kind of same idea with the tendrils then, you know, similar species. One's about one, like, you have like dust particles and some light. Blur it out a little bit. But let's add some texture to the god right here. Just really, you know. Oops. Even brighter up there. And it's like this monster kind of putting his weight on him almost. There we go. That's pretty dynamic, isn't it? Let's see here. It is like 4 seconds after my time. Let me just do a couple more things. Actually, kind of like we talked about maybe seeing Malphas as like, because 40 has some kind of relation with him. Like 40 eyes or something. So 10 sets of eyes like that. Yeah, a little bit of yellow to them. So they pop out just a little bit. Green! Well, that really pops out. Maybe too much. So yeah, like the yellow. Then kind of. Maybe it's a little bit. I don't know. Maybe the yellow works, actually. Gradient. There we go. That's 4. So we need 10 of these, essentially. So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We do, so 10's an even number. So one of them's gonna end up being right on top or something with them, which is fine. So that leaves 9. So it'll be, you know, still has a middle, but mine does, which is the 5th one. So 4 and 4. So you have 4 on each side of these. Math. I did that right, I think. I don't know if that makes total sense about what I'm trying to do, but like, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 more pairs. I'll vary the light too, just to make it interesting. Maybe vary the size too. I don't have these two being so close together. It's not going to be perfectly symmetrical either. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times 4 is 40. It kind of was 40 sets is what I was thinking of. Let me extend the shadowy part here just a bit. There we go. And then let's vary the lighting of all these. Some lighter, some darker. Maybe then later when it gets closer to the light itself. Yeah, it looks like something. Let's add like more crisp light to these middle guys. Like in yellow. I know before I said kind of think Malphas is more red, but like yellow and red definitely have a nice coloration together. Yeah, no. Don't like the lens for these much. The middle one, yeah. Hey, there's our shadowy monster possessing this poor soul to be a crow monster. Malphas. Fun things. That little YouTube loops. That's visible. Okay, that's looking done. Let me see if I can do any more like filtering stuff over him. Then I think we're actually done with this piece in one night, which is kind of cool. It only took me 4 hours, but you know what? That's always fun. Let's see here. Again, I don't want to like make it too crazy different with the filter, so I usually use them and then pull them back, just add like extra texture. Let's see here. Oh. Didn't crash, did it? I think it's okay, that's fine. Let's save. Looked at it crash for a second. I got a little scared. I was like, no, I just finished this. That and then filter gallery. Let's try this. Just add a little texture and then take it back. Take it and draw it back a little bit is the idea. Sorry, just waiting for this thing to slowly load. So I was have a billion layers for this. I'm gonna merge them down. But I always like having backup layers, like duplicate merge everything, but have backup layers in case I want to go back for some things or whatever. but I don't necessarily need to do that at this point with this piece. Demon might look a little flat, but I think it's okay. It's supposed to be incomprehensible or whatever. Ooh, okay, let's see here. What did that do? Don't like that. No, that just takes away detail. Like, tough for you. Is there any other expression with you? There's some kind of cool stuff, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna say like 5%. And I was like practically no difference, but I think that's good. Yeah, I'd say this piece is done. Has a nice dichotomy. I like how it's almost like an inverse of the God and Adam kind of thing, especially like inverse literally with the God-like entity on the left side. Oh, I think it's kind of cool. There's something. All right, and with that, I think we're done. It took me 4 hours, 11 minutes to make this. I'd say that's a pretty decent time for something that's more detailed with this and whatnot. I like how this guy turned out. His crow-like features. Hiding his leg as much as I can, it's fine. He took like that long, but he's kind of a abstract monster kind of thing. So yeah, these guys. Yeah. That's fun. There's something. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. I am the Psychic Gamer, and I'm going to stream more stuff tomorrow if anyone's interested, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your weekend, and yeah, have a good one. Good night.